Yeah, we could also just convert it into. We have a small church within the village, but we could convert it into a more fitting
A
place
monastery.
of worship. Yes, that's the word.
Monastery. House the faithful, and possibly maybe you have some land around the manor. You could start producing some things, maybe like wine or ale or some sort of product, and sell it in town, but also be a place of worship and what do you do in a monastery? Contemplation, I guess.
He goes, if that is your wishes, Master Mars, I will turn the house into a place of worship. I feel that it and he kind of stops and he says, but first, what do I do about the zombie pit?
Burn it.
You you just have summon some of the members of the clergy that are in town, and they'll take care of it.
He goes, of course.
Hopefully.
He goes, but I will,
I
if that is your wish, I will convert the home into a place of worship and a place of sanctuary.
People keep fucking up and falling in and just adding to the zombies in the pit. Eventually, it's just overflowing.
He goes, well, no, but your father, if he didn't like a worker, he would just get rid of them that way.
Oh
oh my
shit!
god.
That is why
Jeez.
that is why you do not see any of the other servants. They spilled drinks or forgot to make a bed. And you kind of see the
Forgot
bat.
to make a bed, and they're reduced to being thrown into a zombie pit. Your father was horrid.
He goes, at least
Well,
that's what he told me. He could have been lying to scare me, but I never did see those people again.
that's why some of the zombies had butler uniforms on.
But he goes, but I will fulfill your wish, Master Mars.
Thank you. And I place my hands on Tulpa's shoulder, and I'm just like, I trust you fully. My father did not speak well of your intelligence, even in front of you, but I have to say, you are one of the most intelligent men I've ever met. I trust you to be able to take charge all of these matters while I'm away.
He goes, of
And
course.
maybe brighter colors. Maybe a new paint job. Just something less depressing and oppressive. All the colors in here are so dark and drab. I know it's a death religion, but like, why does death have to be so sad? Why can't we just like spruce it up? Maybe some like lovely blues and like maybe some very like pastels. Like,
No.
something a little more lively.
Some more murals honoring the beauty of a good burial.
Yes.
He goes, I will do exactly that. In honor of those we have lost, in honor of Mira, I will make. I'm not good at painting myself, but I suppose I could hire someone in the town or outsource it.
Very good. I trust you. I trust you, Tulpa.
He nods and says, I will get to work immediately. And he throws on a coat and heads out into the rain, just trailing a little bit behind the order, which you did. They arrived in a carriage, and you see your father in the back of the carriage, open air, exposed iron bars, just kind of getting rained on. Just he's got his head hung, and he doesn't look like it looks like he's kind of resigned to his fate.
I'll start like patting down my pockets. I seem to have forgotten something in town. I probably no, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
I step on Octavian, push him down, and just stand on top of him.
Yeah, I'm kidding. But alas, I thought I had told you about the undead from where I'm from.
No, I had not. I actually hadn't heard of that before.
Yeah, they're more prevalent in certain towns, but they are kind of spread out throughout the region. They're called the Olvidados.
How do you spell that?
I'll
But yeah,
post
Yeah,
it
put it in the
in
chat.
Yeah, and I'll post
once
a pronunciation key as well.
once I'm sure that the other members of the church are not looking,
Mhm,
and that my father is,
mhm.
I flip him off.
He kind of locks eyes with you,
In front of
just
Jesus?
sighs, and goes back to waiting.
Waiting to die.
Yeah. But yeah, they're they're interesting. They're not evil by any means. They're just I mean, some of them could be evil. They're not bound by any alignment. They're just the souls of those who linger, I guess. They're intelligent undead. Um, they reside as fully accepted citizens. I never considered myself one of them because I didn't have anyone to remember me. Rather, I didn't have an ofrenda to be put on. So you have to be put on an ofrenda and remembered by either your friends and family uh, to come back as one of them. But I'm pretty sure I'd never had an ofrenda, or at least an image placed on one. So I never assumed that I was one. No olvidados. So that's why I never considered it. But yeah, they're very prevalent.
Interesting.
All right.
Hmm.
So, the carriage leaves. You see Tulpa hoist up on a horse and head back into town. It's pouring rain, and it's very
That
dark
poor
out.
man.
And it's cold for everybody but Octavian, I suppose.
That
Yeah.
poor man. We keep sending him out in the middle of the rain.
He's gonna catch his death, or maybe death will catch him. Not to say that I would know anything about that.
But it's quiet. And it seems the job has been done
We should
for now.
teleport to Black Core.
Hugo should have been attuning to the ring while we were doing.
I'll say
that.
easily enough. Hugo can attune to the ring.
There's two things that we need to figure out in Black Core. We need to find the person your dad was going to help him with all this, to see if she knows any more about this. And of course, we need to deal with Iron Solutions.
We could visit Kern.
Oh, and visit Kern! Of course! Yes!
Oh.
Goodness.
I can't believe you actually forgot about that.
I just forgot that he was currently living there. I do have a question about. I guess I'll ask this to Hugo, is because he would probably know more about Black Core than anyone. It's an inverted city, right? It goes down into the ground.
It's like Black Core. It's in a mountain. They've hollowed out a mountain, and the top of the mountain is where Dextros docks. So it's not inverted. It's just built horizontally.
Mm.
The whole mountain has been hollowed out and turned into a city.
Oh, so it's like on the inside of a caldera?
No, it's enclosed. The top is just like where a volcano's tip would be, is instead just an opening where Dextros likes to dock.
But there's no buildings in the opening, or else they'd be crushed.
Yeah.
Okay, but if that's where Iron Solutions is, and the last Iron Solutions that we dealt with had some affiliation with some sort of mind flare business, and mind flares, from what I've heard and from what I know, like to stay in subterranean places out to hide better. Would it be out of the question to believe that possibly the mind flare influence is probably coming from Black Core and that section of
You don't know.
Iron Solutions?
You can infer, but you do not
They
know.
could.
It
Iron
would be a
Solution-
fair assumption.
Yeah.
And
Iron Solutions is spread out everywhere.
flashes back to the fucking brain bear.
The Brain Bear. I've never seen anything like that before.
Mars just standing there having a war flashback of the brain bear.
The brain bear. Be a nor. What did you say to it? You said be a nor. You said no psychic things, bear.
I mean, there's only really one way to find out.
Psychic friend bear. We go to Black Core.
I
to
see
Black
no
Hole.
reason to delay any further.
All right. So,
Oh,
yes.
before we leave real quickly, I'm gonna take the silver hand mirror we tried to use for the locate object spell, or the scrying spell last time,
Mm-hmm.
so that once we figure out how to get to the what other realm was it again?
Shadowfell.
Oh, the Shadowfell.
Yeah, the Shadowfell. Once we manage to get to the Shadowfell, we can try scrying again.